And go ahead.
All right, my name is Cash, or Raji Wiggins. I own Balance Aromatherapy. It's an aromatherapy business. I make all natural body care products. That's what I focus on, or body care products. I make face creams, spritzers, sugar scrubs, salt scrubs. And I got into the business a little over 35 years ago when I was pregnant with my first daughter. And we lived in Atlanta, Georgia. And I didn't want to put anything on my baby that wasn't pure. And I've always been, my mother was pretty holistic. And so I started studying it. And at that time, you went to the library. I ended up working for someone that had a business, and that's what he did. So that's how long I've been doing it. And I started out just simple things and going to the library and reading, just like you were talking about, Pat. Now, so I continued when we moved back up to New York State. I always made little remedies and homemade stuff for my family and friends, and then I had a business. I opened a shop that I scented lotions and things like that. It wasn't like to the depth of what I do today. So and then I sort of put it on the back burner. I had kids and I was busy and I just didn't bother with it. And then I went to massage school, and my father-in-law opened a spa, and I got sort of rekindled the whole thing. Now, I also, so I got my massage license. I also got a certification in aromatherapy, and it's 900 hours of studying oils, the science of oils, the safety of oils. So I think it's great that aromatherapy is so available to the general public today. And I think for the most part, they try to keep the oils that are out there, the safe oils. But for example, I'm sure you've heard of the safety precautions around lavender essential oil. You know, you shouldn't be using lavender essential oils if you're on Coumadin, blood thinner, and little things like that. You shouldn't be using pure lavender oil with young boys because it messes. So prepubescent boys using pure lavender essential oil messes with their hormones. I have it written down. So a lot of people will ask me about lavender. So, so it's possibly unsafe for young boys who have not yet reached puberty. So sticking it in the bath or putting, like my daughters, I put a drop of lavender on their pillow. Didn't seem to affect them, but things like that. Using oils neat and not cut in a carrier oil or diffuse. So those are the little things about all the aromatherapy out there these days that sort of make me nervous. So the more one can learn and Googling safe essential oils and making sure your essential oils are pure. Because how essential oils work is they enter the bloodstream through dermis epidermis, through mucous membranes. I am not an advocate of ingesting essential oils. So, don't even ask me about it because I don't do it and I don't know anything about it. I don't have any interest in putting these things in my mouth. They're going to enter my bloodstream. When I'm working in my aroma room and I've got them all over my hands and I go like this, they just get in the body. It's how it works. So, knowing that which you are putting into your body is pure. That's important. It's really important that you're using pure essential oils. And the only way to do that is to buy your essential oils from somebody you trust, a company you trust. There are a lot of them out there. I hear great things about Young Living. I hear great things about doTERRA. I don't use them because I buy from the manufacturer. I buy in huge quantities in order to be able to sell them and make any money. So bringing essential oils into your day-to-day life is what this class is all about. And I've bullet pointed a few things that I highly recommend. If you can just begin, it does not have to be a big deal. Using essential oils in your day-to-day life, this is an essential oil bracelet. There are lava stones. You just put a drop on the lava stone. Available at August Moon Spa, by the way. And the reason I really like these is I also, the stones are pure. So I don't have plastic on my arm. I have lava stones that I put a drop of whatever I need that day. And then I also get the therapeutic benefits of the stones. So it's a really, really fun way. But I'm going to start out with diffusers. So we're all kind of familiar with diffusers. I highly recommend electric diffusers, only because the likelihood you're always going to use the diffuser as much as you should is going to be higher if you just plug it in or turn it on. So a typical diffuser is probably the least effective way to get essential oils into your body. What diffusers are all about is sense, mood, sensibility, aroma. When you walk in a room and somebody's diffusing sweet orange and grapefruit blend, and it's just lovely. What they do is clean the air. So when you're diffusing, so you've got your diffuser, I'm sorry I didn't bring one, I should have brought one. But like your electric diffusers, they're so easy. You open it up, you put water, important, and then 5 drops of essential oil blend or just pure essential oils. And if you can get a cold base diffuser is better, because when you heat essential oils, it messes with their therapeutic property. Not horribly. It's not going to get so hot. I mean, it's fine. But if you can find a cold water diffuser, electric diffuser, a little bit better. So what that's going to do is, like the one I have at home, it vibrates the water and it turns it to mist. So that mist is going into the air. So perfect example is sweet orange essential oil. Antibacterial. So as you diffuse that sweet oil, essential oil into the air, it's actually cleaning the air. So it's not going to clean, a football field, but when you put it in your bedroom and you diffuse mandarin, very safe essential oil to diffuse and to, remember, you're breathing it into the mucous membranes, not mainline it like some of the other things we're going to talk about, but it's there and it's going to clean that air, and it will clean, like it's antibacterial, it breaks down free radicals, it will clean bacteria from the air. So they're a really great thing to have. Plus, it's such a sensitivity, like sense and sensitivity, it speaks to your senses when you walk in a room and there's this lovely aroma. Remember, pure essential oils, because if you're putting something in your diffuser that's a synthetic, really good example, sandalwood. Sandalwood is over harvested. It's really expensive these days, real sandalwood. Great sandalwood is coming from Australia. People ask me all the time, do you have any sandalwood soap? No, I'm not going to make soap with sandalwood. And I'm not going to use fake. And why would I diffuse fake into the air? It's not, it just defeats the purpose. Totally. It's like walking in to some of those shops in a mall that you just walk in and it affects your nasal cavity. So keep in mind, and also keep in mind, always have water. You always diffuse in water. You know, those little candle diffusers, and you put the candle underneath. You always, essential oils are volatile, and so you always want water. And you do not need half a bottle. 5 drops of sweet orange or grapefruit essential oil. That's all you need. Now, our body is amazing, and our olfactory glands, if they get bombarded, they'll shut down. So you're diffusing this and you don't smell it, and somebody comes in your room and says, "Oh my God, it smells wonderful in here." And you're like, "I don't smell it." Well, because your olfactory glands have adjusted to the scent. They're not going to stay on that high. It's there. Trust me. Or have you ever put perfume or something on in the morning and somebody gives you a hug? Not that we're very used to that these days. And they say, "Oh, you smell wonderful." And you're like, "Whoa, I don't smell it at all." It's also, as we age, our olfactory glands aren't as effective. So it's oftentimes the elderly will put too much perfume on. They can't smell themselves. Their olfactory glands, the minute they got that first hit, went, "Well, we're done." And so but they can't smell it, so they keep putting it on. So keep in mind that your olfactory glands will get very used to, and it will sort of just mellow out. And I have a few examples of great blends and oils to use in a diffuser. So I'm an aromatherapist, so I tend to mix stuff. But a really great blend is take sweet orange essential oil and grapefruit. And you just a couple drops of each. It's so lovely. It's just, and you might even put a drop of spearmint. And like this has all of those: grapefruit, spearmint, sweet orange, rosemary, and lavender. You wouldn't think. Rosemary can be pretty intense by itself, but it has such great antibacterial properties. We love it as an aromatherapist, but we don't always love it. I mean, especially breathing it for a while, it can get a bit much. So if you tap it down with lavender or mandarin, try like something a little heavier, patchouli. If I know, Pat just went, patchouli. A drop of patchouli and 5 drops of rosemary is an incredible blend. Not 5 drops of patchouli, just one. Also, eucalyptus, as we know. I'm sure y'all are somewhat familiar with essential oils, and eucalyptus, the properties of eucalyptus are phenomenal, like antibacterial, antifungal, antimicrobial. But again, eucalyptus can be a bit heavy. So you can put 3 drops of eucalyptus and a drop of sweet orange, or 3 drops of eucalyptus and something else. Play with it, but you're going to get all the medicinal properties of the pure essential oils you're diffusing into the air. Tea tree, wonderful. But I don't want to diffuse tea tree in my world. It's too much. Yeah. So I have a blend that's tea tree, peppermint, rosemary, juniper, and it all comes together. They're all pretty intense scents. So you would use 2 drops in a diffuser. And you got to play with this stuff. It takes time. So diffusers, great way to get essential oils into your day-to-day life. Come home at the end of the day, plug in your diffuser, go about your day, fixing your dinner. And I just targeted really easy things in my head to bring essential oils into your day-to-day life. Kitchen sprays. So we all spray our counters and our sinks, and there's no reason, and you'll actually get a printout of
I will be sending it.
it's a very easy cleaner to make. So we all are very aware, well, I shouldn't say we all are. A lot of people are aware of how wonderful vinegar is as a cleaner. It's great, but I don't want my house to smell like vinegar. So a 5% white vinegar, it neutralizes odors, it'll break mineral deposits down, and it's a powerful sanitizer that kills bacteria. So yes, I love vinegar for those reasons, but I don't want to smell it. So I made an essential oil blend, and I have my vinegar and a drop of dish detergent, and it's just in a spray bottle. And then I made up a blend. And my particular blend, I love spearmint. I love spearmint gum. I love the smell of spearmint. I love it. So my kitchen spray smells like spearmint gum. I'm getting the therapeutic benefit of the spearmint. It has more than just spearmint in it, but even a spearmint, sweet orange, drop of patchouli. I say patchouli only because patchouli is a grounding essential oil. So it's going to grab those oils that like to go like this. Lavender is the top of the flower. It's like out there. Sweet orange, boom. You break into a sweet orange, it just goes. Psh. So you want something to sort of hold it all together, and patchouli is a good one for that. Eucalyptus is a good one for that. Mine has eucalyptus in it. So you get your oils and you play a little bit until you get a scent that you really like. Then you add it to your spray cleaner. And every time you're spraying your counter, and you spray your counter, let it sit for a minute, then wipe it clean. Nothing in this is going to hurt your counter. I do not use it on my flat stovetop. I don't, I just use what they tell me to use. But everywhere else, I use my aromatherapy cleaner. It's easy. It smells great. I hate to clean. Hate with the power, like fiery passion. I hate cleaning. So when I do, and I do have to clean, then at least it gives me a little like uplifting thing. So I highly recommend to people, make your own kitchen spray. There's no legitimate reason we have to pay what we pay for your kitchen spray. It doesn't, it's just vinegar, water, distilled water is best, but depending on the size, if you're making an 8-ounce container, it doesn't have to have distilled water because you're going to use it up. It's not going to go bad. Doesn't matter if there's some minerals in it. You can throw in some fine sea salt into your cleaner. You're going to get the therapeutic properties of sea salt, which is very cleansing. It's going to dissipate in your cleanser because of the water and the vinegar. It's not about the texture of the salt. It's about the therapeutic properties of salt. So,
It's kind of
yeah,
as
and
well as baking soda, right?
baking soda, great idea. Great thing to put in
I
it.
like that idea.
Yep.
Yeah.
And just use it. I recommend 8 to 16-ounce containers. And you can get them at the dollar store. You can get them anywhere, spray cleaners. And then when you run out, you make a new blend. Maybe you're going to do lemon, and lemon also extremely antibacterial. It has antifungal properties, not as high as tea tree. and some antimicrobial properties, sanitizing properties. The other thing about lemon that is awesome is if you have a counter that you really need to scrub, take some fine sea salt, put a couple drops of lemon on there, and just scrub. It'll disinfect that counter space in no time at all.
Great.
So again, easy ways to sort of bring pure essential oils into your daily life. If you've got to breathe something in, don't you want it to be something pure? Suggested oils for your spray: rosemary, lemon, tea tree, eucalyptus. Lemongrass is phenomenal. Has great anti-sanitizing properties, antibacterial properties, and it smells delicious. So that's another, like this is my go-to, like spearmint, lemongrass, pretty much my go-to scents to tap down tea tree, rosemary, eucalyptus, because they're not my favorite scents. So I can blend them enough that I can come up with a blend that works for me. And I'm gonna love using it. Lemongrass, like if you're cleaning your tub, just take some baking soda, a little bit of water, a couple drops of lemongrass, and scrub. It's fine sea salt if you have it. I highly recommend sea salt. I mean, I know we need our iodine, but I cook with it. I use it in my products. I don't, yeah. So again, kitchen sprays, rosemary, lemon, tea tree, eucalyptus, really great things to use. And remember, we want to spray a counter or our refrigerator door or and let it sit for a minute to really do its job. Next thing I'm going to go to is using pure essential oils in the bath. I'm a bath person. I love baths. When I've had a long day, I go home and I take a bath. I just love them. That's where I relax the most. So when you're using pure essential oil in a bath, you want it in a carrier. Because if you just drop it in the bath, it's going to sit on the top of the water. So you can take a little bit of sea salt, or you can even use table salt. Drop your 5 drops. You can go up to 10 drops. Drop it in your water. That's going to carry that essential oil and disperse it into the water. Otherwise, it's going to sit on top. It's a wonderful, wonderful way. There's a essential oil. I don't know if everyone's familiar with it, but it's called Roman chamomile. It's a very safe essential oil across the board. Mandarin, Roman chamomile. You can use it with children. It's in my baby products. Mandarin, Roman chamomile. And it smells like green apples. I know, it's lovely. It's lovely. And you only need 2 drops of it. It's costly, but it's worth it. It's worth to have this essential oil in your bathroom. And it's very relaxing. For me, I think the safety part of a lot of this is really important. It speaks to your ability to use essential oils in your day-to-day life and stay safe. And if you abuse them, just like with anything, it's not good. It's dangerous. They can be dangerous. Oregano oil dropped on your spine, like they encourage you to do in Young Living, not a real good thing, especially by somebody that doesn't even know what they're doing because they were taught they work at a spa and yeah. So it's important to learn the safety aspects of your essential oils as well. And that's a good example. Now, if you were to, like a rosemary peppermint blend and you wanted to take a bath, so then you want to be really careful. You want to take the sea salt and just a few drops of each. You don't need a lot of essential oils to do that which we want to do. An across the board uh, formula for essential oils in our body care products is 8 drops per, so I'm sorry, 10 drops per ounce. So if you're making your kitchen spray, it's not going to matter. Okay. But if you're going to do a bath or you're going to scent your unscented lotion or you're going to make yourself a sugar scrub, you want to know safe across the board. When I make my body care products, I'm using safe across the board, safe to put on a shelf. 10 drops per ounce. So you're going to have 80 drops in an 8-ounce container. Okay. Now that's across the board. That is not immune deficient. That is not younger children. That is not the elderly. You just drop it down. So you can comfortably, like any immune deficiency issues, which, duh, here we are.
Yeah.
You want to drop it down. So you're going to go down to 5 drops. 5 drops would be safe for the elderly, immune deficient, et cetera, et cetera. And the other thing that's important is that you study the oils you want to use. Like, for example, like I explained to you with lavender. You know, lavender's gotten a really bad rep in the last 7 to 10 years. They've decided to put it in everything. And I'm sorry, but it's not real. It's not real essential oil.
Yeah.
There's no way in the world that it is. It's like rose, you know. So what you're putting on your body is a synthetic that they've created to smell like lavender. I mean, they even put it in toilet tissue. Yeah, I saw it once. And it's got,
Garbage bags, lavender garbage bags.
yeah, exactly. So it's gotten to the point. So, you know, like, let's take that for an example. Lavender garbage bags, they're not real lavender. They're not going to affect the young kid, your young son taking the garbage out. But dropping lavender on a pillow or putting in a massage oil and massaging their back and things like that. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to do it with lavender. You want to get some Roman chamomile. It's lovely. And you're going to do a low dosage. You don't need a high dosage. It's people over essential oil all the time. They think, oh, 2 drops is good.
4 drops, 8 drops is better.
It'd be great. It's wonderful. So things like bathing, you want to be careful. You want to disperse it into the water, and salt will do that. Oatmeal.
Yeah.
No, an oatmeal bath is a wonderful thing. It's great for your skin. Oats are mucilaginous, which means they are going to disperse moisture. And it's a great thing for your skin. So you can put your drops of whatever you're going to use in a little bit of oatmeal and stick it in a massage.
Rolled oats, right? Yeah.
Oats, yeah. Just rolled oats, wonderful for your skin. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reading
So there are ways. Another great thing I like to do is, you know, like my bath routine is at night, but if I'm showering in the morning, I'll take like 5 drops of tea tree oil, or depending if I'm stuffy, I'm gonna do tea tree oil, or rosemary peppermint or rosemary, and I put 5 drops on the bottom of the tub. Then I turn the hot water on, and it like hits the essential oils and mists it. So it's not gonna be as intense as if you're in a sauna and, you know, they have essential oils in it, but it's a lovely burst of essential oil. And one wonderful way to get essential oils into the body is through the mucous membranes. And it's great to do it in combination with moisture because our mucous membranes will comfortably take that in because of the moisture into the mucous membranes, into the bloodstream. Wonderful, wonderful way. So that's a really fun way to sort of do a daily. Eucalyptus is great in the bottom of the shower. But, you know, 5 drops, you can go as much as 7 drops. It's not going to hurt you in any way because you're not putting it on your body. Safety, some safety precautions. Never use essential oils neat. Never. The only essential oil you can use neat, actually, lavender. Lavandula angustifolia can neutralize a snake bite. That's how strong.
Wow.
It's
Oh,
antibacterial and
That's good to
anti,
know.
yeah, but it's the lavender angustifolia. There are 5 different species of lavender.
Yeah,
I use lavandin, which is lavender 4040. So it doesn't have as high a medicinal property as lavandula angustifolia, because I'm making products for across the board. If somebody's asking me to make a medicinal blend for them, that's different. Then I'm gonna use real sandalwood, I'm gonna use vetiver, I'm gonna use, you know, real rose. But I don't put them in like, I'm not gonna put it in my bath. Because it's like, you know, the most effective way to get pure essential oils in the body is through the skin, other than ingesting them, and I don't,
and then it goes to the blood, right? I mean, it goes right into.
it's right into the bloodstream, yes, which
Yeah.
is why you have to be careful of
Yeah,
your percentage, and through the mucous membranes, you know, even through your scalp. You can take a little olive oil, you can even warm it a little, put a couple drops of rosemary, just a couple, and just get it into the hair follicles. We've all read where rosemary is wonderful for your hair.
oh, I love it,
Um,
I love it. I've
putting
been
it,
using the Avita, rosemary and what is it, peppermint.
oh,
Oh,
lovely.
it's very good. It's really the best. It's the only thing I can use because my hair got really thin and it just, everything I tried was messing it up, so I had to go with that.
Good for you for finding it.
Yeah,
So never, ever, ever use an essential oil. The tea tree, you can use neat if you want to. I mean, this is not a pleasant smell. But tea tree is antibacterial, antifungal, antimicrobial. So if you've got a little mold somewhere in your house, mix up a strong little spray and spray. It can seriously neat on the toes, you know, the toe fungus that people get. Tea tree, just put it neat on your toes. The other thing about using essential oils for healing, in like spiritually, physically, consciously, it's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to start, you know, you're not going to put 1 drop of tea tree on your toe fungus and the next morning wake up and it's perfect. You have to be vigilant. You have to like say, okay, I'm going to commit to this. And a good example is the tea tree because it's just my husband is a tick magnet. They love him and they get on him and like he'll not notice it. And then he gets these welts and he keloids. It's just horrible. And I put straight tea tree on him all the time. And
Does
it's
it keep the ticks
horrible.
away?
What?
Does it keep the ticks away? No, but he won't.
Rosemary,
Reaction.
rosemary will keep ticks away. Ticks
Okay.
don't like rosemary.
I heard something
So,
about peppermint too, keeping bees from stinging you or whatever.
not necessarily. And peppermint's known to deter spiders,
Oh, good.
but and also supposed to deter mice. I've not had good luck with
What's supposed to be good for mice?
peppermint.
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 Oh, okay.
So, but it's worth, trying.
Great.
But my bug spray that I make has lemongrass, cedarwood, tea tree, eucalyptus, and rosemary. Rosemary's for the ticks, the rest are, and citronella. Are for the other flying creatures and everything else. And I tell people, take this spray and just douse your socks. If you're going out for a hike or gonna walk in a field, just douse your socks. I like caveat here, my husband doesn't like scents at all,
Oh.
at all. And he's married to a neuropath. He doesn't like scents. So, he's not gonna use them, and he's not my, I'm not his, I don't like.
Gotta take care of the bug bites when they happen, I guess.
Yeah, he's very good about letting me put them on when they happen, and sometimes I'll just drop straight lavender on them. And it doesn't make them go away because he keloids, but it relieves it a little bit.
What is keloid?
Keloid means you heal from the outside, the inside out. So it's almost like your skin erupts.
Yeah.
It doesn't open up, but it's just a very scars and stuff and bites. Not pretty. Anyway, so going back to something like tea tree, it's just too great of an essential oil not to have in your medicine cabinet.
Yeah, I've got it. I haven't known what to do with it because I have the Castile tea tree soap that I use from time to time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I bought some essential oil tea tree, and I don't know how to use it. So I have.
So you might, like, if you win these. There's only two of you, and I'm not taking them home, so try playing with it with other scents. So, like if you're gonna make a kitchen spray, it's a great thing for the kitchen.
Yeah.
Or if you're gonna make a bathroom scrub or a toilet spray, that's the one you want to use.
Okay.
It is so powerful.
Yeah.
But why in the world anybody, unless they have a mold issue in their house?
When I moved into this place, I sprayed everything down with lavender.
Yeah.
A lavender dilution, it's really diluted. But I think it made a difference.
If somebody had a mold issue in their house or an odor issue in their house, I would tell them to diffuse tea tree. But I would tell them not to be in the same room. I mean, because it's just not a pleasant.
Sinuses.
Yeah, it's not pleasant on your sinuses. But you can take it and you can like make friends with every. That's what my aroma teacher used to say. Okay, get these two essential oils together and let them make friends. And they will help each other. They will support each other. And to this day, and I've been an aromatherapist for over 30 years, when I make a blend, I always say, okay, you guys go make friends, and I put it on a shelf. And not for long, because I'm usually busy and but it's important to me that all these essential oils get along so that they all can come out with their therapeutic properties, good and strong. They don't feel bullied. And that's why you play. And you will, if you make a blend and if it's a little off, if you did too much grapefruit, you're gonna know because you're gonna smell it. It's like, nah, grapefruit syrup. You might not even know what it is, but you don't have to throw it out. You
Mhm.
can tap it a little bit more with something else. Spearmint. Spearmint covers everything. You know, sometimes I make mistakes at my office
Well, I
and
just
I
got
take them
some hand
home and
soap
I
with
put spearmint
spearmint and
in. We're
lemongrass.
good.
Yeah,
Lemongrass, yes.
yeah,
Wonderful, wonderful. But
yeah.
that's another safety precaution I want you all to know is some essential oils are photosensitive. And what that means is
Right.
if it's on your skin and sun hits it, it will react more than others. And a perfect example is great. There's citrus, grapefruit, rosemary, sweet orange. You would never, ever, ever like, and I'm not even talking about neat. I'm talking about just, it's not something you're going to put in your lotion and then go outside in the sun. I mean, if you kept your sweet orange at a really low, low percentage and then vetivered it or, nice myrrh. Myrrh to me is a woman's oil. It's a resin. It's like luscious.
Oh, I love myrrh.
You
And
pour it
frankincense is good.
and it grabs you. It grabs like your uterus. Like, we've made friends. So you can like you would want to take myrrh or patchouli, which is great for the skin,
Good.
and mix it so it's gonna work for you in whatever you're gonna make. But it's very important to know those photosensitive essential oils. You're not gonna spritz yourself with sweet orange and go lay on the beach. Not a good idea. And
Yeah.
what will happen, and some people think, they bought something off the shelf and it's got orange in it, and they think they just got a rash, but it's actually a photosensitive reaction because of the essential oil they use. So be careful with things like that. Read precautions with your essential oils. It's all over the web. I mean, yes, I have 50 books on my shelf, all on essential oils, but when I need instant gratification, I go to the web.
Yeah.
And I'm a very conservative aromatherapist. I I rarely make medicinal blends for people, just because. I will say though, my sister Connie was diagnosed. She's okay if I share it.
Okay.
Was diagnosed with breast cancer a year ago in January, and when she went through her not the chemo, but the radiation, she asked me, what can I use? So I made her a cream, a calendula cream. And I chose not to scent it. I mean, why? It doesn't need to be scented. Not everything needs to be scented. But calendula flower, just as knowledge for you all, is the queen of skin. Calendula and rose. And calendula flower, I use it a lot. I use it I use infused calendula oil in my face cream. So I made her this calendula cream, which she swore by. Um, and that's my sister. And so one would
That's
say,
great. Oh,
well, you should make that. You should sell that. I'm a very conservative aromatherapist. And if somebody came to me and said, this radiation is killing me, uh, can you make something for me? I would, one on one.
Okay.
But I just don't throw medicinal blends out there to the general public. Are they going to use them correctly? Are they going to be careful? Are they going to have a reaction to whatever? So that's just me. So understand that you'll probably take other courses and you'll hear from other aromatherapists, and they will negate 3/4 of the things I said. They'll say, oh, yeah, you can drink. Maybe you can, I don't know, but I'm a conservative aromatherapist.
I'm pretty conservative myself.
So
I'm
that's
not an
where
aromatherapist, but
I share where I'm coming from. And the fact, like, I make products for a spa. And these are products that are gonna go to the spa and they're gonna be used on clients. So there again, I keep within my 8 drops per 8 or 10 drops per 8 ounce. I'm really careful. I'm impeccable with with what I use because it's gonna go on somebody's body. And I feel much better at the spa because our massage therapists are so well trained and they're so knowledgeable about the product. They know everything that's in it because I made it. And they know it was made probably within the last 30 days because I
yeah,
can't keep up with it.
that's the nice part.
It's great. It's great. It hasn't been sitting on the shelf somewhere in a warehouse for 2 years.
Yeah.
Because that happens. It happens and things flip. We doing? I tend to go wacko when you gotta stop me.
You guys have any questions so far?
Oh, this is great. I'm soaking it up. Pun.
Well, we're actually getting close to the end. I wanted to just give you some suggested oils for baths. You know, putting it in the oatmeal or putting it in the salt. Rosemary, but very little. It'll give you a nice little yeah, I wouldn't do it if I was just gonna go directly to bed, because rosemary can be a little hyper. But 5 drops of rosemary and salt in your bath is not gonna keep you up for 3 days. Eucalyptus, really good this time of the year. I'm a huge gardener, so my feet are always dirty, my hands are always dirty. You know, I'm always sweating in the garden. Eucalyptus is really good for me, and it sort of neutralizes some of my body odors and stuff. Roman chamomile, can't say enough about Roman chamomile.
That's what
Not
I'm
German chamomile. 2 different chamomiles.
Yeah,
Roman chamomile is the chamomile you see growing at Stewart Park. Very low to the ground, looks like a daisy. If you pick it and you
right.
go like this to its little head, little yellow head, it'll smell like apples.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, we get that around here.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. Roman chamomile is
I
pretty
love it.
prolific around here. And mandarin. Mandarin's a nice, safe, across the board essential oil. Lavender, if you're going to bed, 4 drops of lavender. You are not going to grow a second head.
No bangs in the morning, right?
And I didn't talk about spritzers. So just real quick. So another great way to get essential oils into your daily life is to make a little spritzer or buy a little spritzer. So what a spritzer does is you spritz it in your face and you breathe it into that mucous membrane. Now, the spritzers I make for my business have aloe vera, distilled water, witch hazel, vitamin E, and the essential oil blend. So, and when you breathe it in, you're breathing in the therapeutic effects of those essential oils into the mucous membranes. What you're also doing is toning your face. Like I wash, spritz, moisturize every single day. That's my face routine. And the spritz, when I spritz, it's closing my pores after I washed. So the other thing a spritzer can do, I know my spritzers, you look at the ingredients in your spritzers or make it yourself. So the other thing it does is sets mineral makeup. Interestingly enough. But you want that aloe vera in there, aloe vera gel, not juice, gel.
Okay.
And you want that in there for the moisturizing effect and to hold your essential oil blend. Because everything else is water, and water and oil don't mix. So,
Mm.
really great way. Keep it in your car when you're stuck in traffic. Just breathe it in. Just spritz people that are mean to you as they walk away. Just really, like
Yeah.
it
Bad
clears.
drivers.
Yeah, yeah, it clears. You know, if you're doing something like a sage spritzer, I sell a lot of sage spritzers for that very
Oh,
reason. Because
sage.
in
Oh,
offices, you know, people come storming in your office, and the minute they leave, just spritz. It's just gonna clear it. Plus, it smells great and it's
great.
healthy for you. So, aromatherapy bracelets, I swear by them.
I love
Wonderful,
that.
wonderful.
Yeah.
All right, it's time for questions.
Oh, goodness. Well, you've given
Well,
a lot of answers to this question, like the things you mix the oils with, and how it blends. The oatmeal is a great tip. Because I was thinking about that, and I was thinking I'm reading that nutritional book about for the bones, and I put a little apple cider vinegar in the water, and
mhm.
that I soak my rolled oats in overnight, and it's really making a difference. I think little things.
You can put a little apple cider vinegar in your bath, you know.
That's what I'm
Really,
thinking.
yeah, really
Yeah,
good for your skin. Very apple cider vinegar, like topically, in
yeah,
diluted, right?
yeah,
Wonderful.
yeah.
Or soak your feet. You know, a low concentration in a bath,
Mm-hmm.
higher concentration in a foot soak.
Yeah, yeah.
We should do a spa
Right,
day.
right. Can
We
you mix
should do
that
a
with?
spa day.
Can you mix that with an essential oil? Is there any oil with apple cider vinegar that is beneficial?
Yeah, well, if it depends on what you're doing, what you're using the
For
apple
feet.
cider vinegar for.
Feet.
If you're trying to detox a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
then you can use the eucalyptus. It's not going to show up, whatever you put in there,
Yeah.
on top of apple cider vinegar. Um, I wouldn't use an expensive oil like Roman chamomile because you're gonna
Yeah.
lose some of the medicinal properties.
All right.
If you're doing it at home, I wouldn't bother. I
Just
mean, I
do
think,
the apple cider vinegar.
yeah, or like tea tree. That'd be a great thing to put tea tree in because
That
never,
would work. Yeah, just a
yeah,
few drops even. Yeah.
just a few drops. Just a few drops. You really want to be vigilant about the number of drops to put in anything at all. And never, ever, ever like push aromatherapy on someone else because
Right.
it's not right. My Reiki, I studied Reiki, and my Reiki teacher used to say, you never, ever, ever do Reiki on someone unless you've asked their permission. And this is kind of the same thing. You know, don't think you're doing a great favor by giving a friend, a diffuser and a blend you decided they should have.
Yeah.
It's a very personal thing.
Yeah.
When you find what works for you, great.
Yeah.
But when it comes to somebody else, you should always like tread lightly.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, I have a lot of neuropathy, and that's what the doctor said yesterday. Thought that my pain was from neuropathy in the torso,
Uh-huh.
which is kind of scary, and I'm thinking, what can I do to loosen that up, or whatever it is that neuropathy is. Um,
So I'm gonna throw out an essential oil for you,
Yay.
and it's called German chamomile,
All right.
and it's bright blue, and it's
Oh.
ridiculously expensive, but
Okay.
but
It's worth
um.
it because this is ridiculous.
So is it when you talk torso, are you talking back or
Well, in the left side of my back and in the front
in the abdomen? Yeah.
abdomen.
German chamomile. I would
All
highly
right.
recommend it. Um, and I would tread very lightly and you don't want to put it on meat. You're gonna have a blue stomach for a while, but take a little olive oil. Olive oil is really great to
Oh,
blend things in.
good.
It's very safe when we ingest it, and the skin will take it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a larger molecule than, say, jojoba or almond oil.
Yeah.
So it's gonna go through the dermis epidermis a little slower, but it will go through. I mean,
Mhm.
it'll stay on the top a little
What
bit.
about
Coconut oil.
coconut oil?
Coconut oil is really great.
Yeah, because
Um,
I heard that that is about as close to skin oil as you can get is coconut oil. That's wrong. Okay.
jojoba oil,
Jojoba? Yeah.
Jojobo, jojoba, closest to the sebum our skin creates naturally.
Okay, good. Yeah,
So
I
our
use that
skin
too. Yeah.
recognizes it. So when we put jojoba oil on our skin's like, oh, sebum, and it just lets it right in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Coconut oil is very protective, very protective. It's a wonderful oil.
Uh-huh.
I use it in a lot of things. I double,
To get it into the system, the jojoba is the best, huh? I've
you
noticed
want to
that.
get it in the system, you put it in jojoba.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
jojoba should be yellow. If it's
yeah.
clear, it was chemically extracted.
Oh, good. Well, I've always gotten
Very yellow.
yellow. Yeah.
So does that
We're
work
at
on neuropathy in the
6:32.
fingers?
Pardon me?
Does that work on neuropathy in the fingers?
Um, I have to be honest, I'm not super schooled in neuropathy, but when we're talking that, like the German chamomile
Mhm.
is a gentle, muscular, nervous system essential oil.
Mhm.
So that's why I'm recommending it. And I'm especially recommending it for any abdominal or sciatic and things like that.
Mhm.
When we're talking fingers, I would try German chamomile in a coconut base.
Okay,
Certainly worth trying.
Would
You
last
only need a
longer.
drop. That's the other thing with German chamomile. You only need a drop.
okay.
I mean, it's going to turn it color. And let's not all forget castor oil. Edgar Casey.
Yes.
Let's not forget that because, it's a miracle oil.
Mhm.
Hmm.
What about the shelf life and stuff like that? It's like you want it as fresh as possible, right?
You can't, so, you can't say how fresh your essential oils are. You
Mhm.
want pesticide free, you
Mhm.
want organic.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, I don't buy organic oils across the board. I buy pesticide free.
Okay.
It has to be from a farm that has not used pesticides.
Yeah.
And it can put that on the label, pesticide free. Organic is even better, but you'll see the price difference.
Yeah.
So
I've been going organic with my.
yeah, I think it's great. I think, you're buying a bottle, I'm buying 5 liters.
Right. I get the little.
So
We get more
But-
investment.
my 5 liters are pesticide free. I know they're pure, I know they're therapeutic, and I get the chemistry with them. So the reason I said you don't know the age is because essential oils, even the scent, can drastically vary from the country of origin, the way it was grown, where it was grown. So if you're buying rosemary oil from a field in Spain or rosemary oil from the hills of Sicily, the hills, rocks. So it will vary and you will begin to recognize that. I buy pretty much from the same suppliers, so I know what I'm going to get. But I'll be honest, I got some patchouli yesterday and I made the product I was making with it and I was like, no, I mean, it wasn't bad. It just wasn't that rich, beautiful, dark patchouli I love
Yeah.
because the batch they got from the grower. You know, it's all in the grower. It's
Mhm.
all in how it's tended. You're not always gonna get lavender. It's like wine, you know?
Yeah.
They get grapes from all over. You don't know where your grapes came from, but if they can say these grapes were grown with no pesticide, then I don't drink, but I would assume that's safe. You know, there are no pesticides. Highly unlikely. I don't think they do that, but I don't have to worry about it. So, but your shelf life, that's a different thing. So even though you can buy a bottle of sweet orange for $20, that's 16 ounces, you're really gonna use it all? Stick with the smaller bottles. These are 1/2 ounce bottles.
Oh, I love sweet orange.
This is 1 ounce bottle. So you want to keep them in a dark place. You don't want to put them on your windowsill to display to the world in your bathroom because heat eradicates it.
And
Heat
yeah,
seriously affects the therapeutics in your essential oils. So you've got that. You've got length. You're going to use it like, you know, a lavender essential oil that's been in the back of your closet for 5 years. I mean, really.
a little sticky. I've done it.
Yeah,
I
it's not
haven't
gonna
used
hurt
it.
you. I mean, they don't go bad, but
I
well, they
found
go
it.
bad. They go bad in a sense in their medicinal properties.
Yeah,
I mean, what the heck? Stick it in
they
a
still
toilet.
smell good, but they're a little sticky.
Well, yeah, and your medicinal properties just aren't as strong. So
Yeah,
you want to treat them gently. I keep all of my essential oils in a refrigerator.
good idea.
Keep them all at one temperature. But you know, I have huge bottles. I mean, I'm dealing with huge amounts.
Yeah,
I think you'll find that if you begin to bring essential oils into your day-to-day life, you're gonna feel like when you put your essential oil in the diffuser, like those 5 drops, inevitably you're gonna get it on your fingers, and that's a good thing.
mhm.
I mean, you're not gonna go, but it's gonna get on, or you're gonna spill a little bit. You're gonna take it up. Remember, essential oils will ruin finishes,
Yeah.
especially citrus oils, especially.
Yeah.
So a nice varnish table, you don't want an essential oil diffuser sitting on it, no matter how pretty it is.
Yeah.
Because if it spills, all this stuff is on the web. All this information. I also am available. You can email me anytime.
Okay.
I don't know how you're gonna distribute these, but you're gonna get cards and you can go to my website. I sell it at the farmer's market. Green Star carries my oils, by the
I
way.
saw that. Yeah.
So ladies,
This is great. Thank you so much, Cash. That really
My
helped.
pleasure.
You
I
enlightened me.
forgot how much I love doing it.
You
Did you just
enlightened
go
me.
slow?
do you guys want to just split the oils?
We can do that. We can
Sure.
do that. Yeah. What do you need, Diane? 'Cause
I don't know
have
what I
some.
need, so I'll take what you don't
You
want.
know what? How about I will send you ladies each a list,
All right.
and
Great.
then you can rank it 1 through how many do we
Oh,
have?
that's great. That's great if we split it. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then I will figure out how we're gonna get them to you,
But
or.
Diane took notes. I just know in my head say.
No, I was wondering if there's written materials that you would recommend.
So my teacher, Andrea Bruget, I don't know how to spell her name, I'm sorry. She used to own Finger Lake School of Massage. She started it.
Right.
Okay.
She's who I did my aromatherapy certification with. And she has a wonderful book out. And you can probably go to aromahead.com.
Okay.
That was her company for years.
Great.
Yeah, that's great.
You know,
Yeah.
I use my books as reference when I'm looking for something. If I'm like mainlining on a certain oil that I need to find out something about, I go to the web and it's always there. doTERRA and Young Living, although I don't buy them,
I don't-
have very good. Oh, write this down, Rocky Mountain Oils.
I've heard of them.
I've been going to, recently I've been going to Mountain Rose.
Yeah, Mountain Rose.
They're
Yeah,
good.
sorry.
They're
Mountain
good.
Rose. They
Mountain
have
Rose.
fabulous oils, and I'm
Oh,
looking, when I'm
good.
looking for an
And
oil,
I think their prices are good. I buy them on sale.
no,
So
their
where is
prices-
that?
Mountain Rose.
It's in
is on-
Colorado.
I'm sorry.
They're in Colorado.
Oh, I thought they were in
Oh, okay.
Oregon. Yeah.
Where?
So
Mountain
you
Rose.
order them online then?
Maybe they're in Oregon.
Yeah, I think they're in Oregon. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
they
in the
have
West.
great information.
That's
Yeah,
what we
they're out
They
there.
just put out their.
They're one of
annual-
those companies that if I have to buy from them, it's gonna take forever to get it. That's where they are. That's where they are.
Well, you have to buy
Um,
such quantity. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
when I buy from them, I don't, I might buy an 8-ounce bottle.
Yeah.
I can't. So yeah, I would highly recommend them, not just for their oils, but for their information.
Yeah.
Their
Yeah.
oils are pure. I would go to them before I went to Young Living. I don't care for Young Living only because their business practices.
Right.
I
Right.
hear a lot of, but I know aromatherapists that use their oils and they love their oils or whatever. And
I know.
doTERRA has got a very good reputation. doTERRA.
I don't-
And Do, D-O,
D-O.
D as in dog.
Okay.
doTERRA, T-E-R-R-A.
Okay. Great.
No, they're worth looking into too.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, so in your oils, you have 2 of them that are 1 ounces.
Okay,
So,
they'll each get a 1 ouncer. I'll split up. I might just, well, do you have any essential oils, Diane?
No, I don't at all.
Yeah,
Okay,
you get first pick because I've got some and I can order some. And
okay, so I'll send you guys a list of what I've got.
Okay, that would be good.
Perfect. Well,
Great.
thank you, ladies.
thanks,
Thanks
ladies.
thanks
Thank
so much.
you.
It's
We're
so good
very
to see
fortunate.
you. And I love hearing you talk about your passion there.
Yeah, I am quite
You are
passionate.
good. You are really good. Yeah.